Weather, Julie Martin is in tonight for Chris. And I know even though today was beautiful, you're watching rain for tomorrow. Just can't shake this rain.
Yeah, the rain tomorrow, but then it should be a nice weekend for the Dogwood Festival. In fact, the weekend is looking gorgeous. Right now, though, we're at 84 degrees. The pollen's still a huge issue here in Atlanta, as you mentioned. And we almost hit a record today. We at least almost tied one. Our record was 86 degrees back in 2011. Our high today, 85. So we were up there, almost made it. Our average high, 71. A couple of really warm days we've had. We do have the rain moving in, though, tomorrow. Some isolated strong storms possible with that rain. And then, as I mentioned, in for a relatively nice weekend. Very active on the radar tonight across the country. We have a number of tornado watches here in the red boxes you see on the screen here from Chicago all the way down to St. Louis. Also in the south and approaching the Memphis area where we've got a lot of very active weather, a very strong cold front pushing across the U.S. Eventually going to reach us. Right now, we're just seeing some pockets of those stronger storms actually pushing into North Carolina. In our area, not much showing up, but we do have a few showers starting to cross and pop right over the Alabama border, working their way here into Floyd County and into extreme northwest Georgia. I think that's about all we'll get this evening. And I can't rule out that we might see another strong storm or two work its way in some of these particular cells, but we just don't really have the dynamics right now to support that, particularly in the Atlanta area. So I think for tonight we'll be fine. This is the Storm Prediction Center's official outlook for storms for us tonight, and you'll notice Atlanta, we are not in even the marginal risk. We are in just basic thunderstorm risk. So if anything, I don't think we're going to be dealing with much. Again, maybe in the northwestern edge of the state, we could see a strong storm or two. Now tomorrow, this shifts a little bit, and we are looking at the possibility of marginal severe strong storms. So we're looking at, I don't think much of a tornado threat here, but hail, damaging winds, can't rule out the possibility. As we track out our forecast, this is a look at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. You'll notice, again, most of the action still in northwest Georgia. By lunchtime, looks like mostly a rain event for us here, a moderate to heavy rain event in Atlanta. And then afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, you'll notice a few of the yellows and oranges here on the map. So some development of some stronger storms. I don't see anything severe at this point. Doesn't mean it can't happen, though, so it's just something to be aware of. And then as we move through the evening tomorrow, looking at some of that shifting off farther to our south. Again, can't rule out isolated strong storms, though. The good news is once this system clears, which should be tomorrow night, we're looking good for the weekend. I think it's going to be a relatively nice weekend here in Atlanta with temperatures in the mid-70s. Now, in terms of the rainfall, this is what we're looking at through about Saturday. Maybe an inch to a little more than an inch in Atlanta itself. Not much else throughout the area, maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. So on the wasometer for tomorrow, not the nicest of Fridays. We have a 5 for you, a 78 for you the high, showers and thunderstorms very likely. Taking you through the evening, though, by 9 o'clock tonight, looking at cloudy skies and 78 degrees. We'll be in the low 70s as we approach midnight. Waking up to maybe a shower or two in the morning and the 60s, mid-60s to high 60s by 9 o'clock, and then looking at 73 degrees with some showers and storms by noon. I want to get to our 7-day forecast just real quickly here and show you what we're talking about. A nice weekend ahead, and then we begin another wet pattern as we begin next week.
It's like a rain sandwich, but perfect for
exactly. Everyone, I'm meteorologist Julie Martin with a look at your forecast. Right now, we're starting things off with a mix of sun and clouds out there. Temperatures at 70 degrees, so quite warm out there. Those dew points are up in the 60s as well, and we are looking at the possibility of some scattered showers working their way into the area later on today, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, but we will have plenty of dry hours in between those times, so it won't be an all-day washout by any means. A warm and humid week, though, setting up for us as we move in through Monday. So here's a look at the forecast for today. 73 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds by 10 o'clock in the morning. Could see a few isolated showers by noon, and then showers continuing by around 4 o'clock this afternoon and into the evening hours. Here's a look at the big picture. Certainly a lot of moisture all around us, but we have something that's actually helping keep those showers off to the west, and that is this ridge of high pressure that is out in the Atlantic Ocean. That is pushing those storms and pushing that moisture farther west. That's been the case all weekend long. We're still seeing that pattern continue as we're looking at some showers now working their way into Floyd and Gilmer counties up into the North Georgia mountains. The Atlanta metro area right now staying relatively dry, but there is more moisture back toward Birmingham and right along I-20 coming our way. I think, though, that it will be a wait and see to see if any of these showers actually really make it into the metro. So far, the models have been a little overzealous in showing that happening. morning, and it just has not because that ridge is so high. So for your wasometer for Sunday, we're looking at a 7 today. We'll see a high again at 83 degrees. That is slightly above average in terms of temperatures. Mostly cloudy skies today, but again, the possibility of some showers and isolated thunderstorms later on. If we look at future radar, you can see what I mean here. It is showing a lot more moisture working its way into the northwestern corner of our state. This is a look at 1:35 in the afternoon, and we're looking at most of us here getting at least a little bit wet. According to this particular radar model, around 3:30 showing some heavier rain actually coming in from the northwest as well, and then continuing to fall through dinner time and just a little bit after into the evening hours. Again, not looking at a whole lot of rain with this as well. As we look at Tuesday, this is around midnight, 0.18 inches here in the Atlanta metro area. Like I said, I don't think a lot of this is going to get into our area. Maybe 0.29 here in Marietta. Now, we could see some higher totals as we move into North Georgia, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain. So here's your 7-day forecast. We will stay a little bit unsettled through Tuesday, that same pattern existing with the possibility of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Monday, about a 50% chance, looking at a high of 85 degrees. Tuesday, we'll see 87 and about a 30% chance. We clear things off and dry out, though, by Wednesday of this week, and then temperatures will continue to climb as we finish out the week as well. We should be in the high 80s by the time we head into next weekend. In our 11-day look ahead, expect some drying out there, a summer pattern returning, and that means some more showers returning to the area as well. But a lot of dry time in between this rain, as I mentioned, over the next couple of days, so not total washouts.
As we making it harder. 11 Live's Julie Martin is in College Park, where a fire tore through an apartment complex earlier today. Julie?
Brenda, this fire has now been burning for about 9 hours. College Park fire officials tell me they are still putting out hot spots. They'll likely be out here all night long. And from freezing water to fireman fatigue, they say the cold weather is now their biggest challenge.
Amid temperatures in the teens, fire forced residents at a College Park apartment building out into the biting cold. Shelter of any kind was a high priority.
And I saw a couple, they're walking, she was in a blanket and they were both in their socks.
Extreme weather like this is especially tough on the firefighters.
It's harder on the guys. They have to work a little harder, call for help a little sooner.
It's not just fires they have to battle. A high number of burst pipes, gas leaks. This kind of cold brings puts them and their equipment even more so on the line.
If you don't keep the water flowing, it'll freeze up on us. Now, part of the problem can also be if you just let the water flow, you're creating more ice problems.
Gwinnett County wasn't taking any chances.
The gas has been secured.
Rolling out its big gun, so to speak, even for this gas leak in Peachtree Corners.
This special response unit in Gwinnett County is the equivalent of 4 ambulances. While normally used for mass casualty events, it comes in handy on days like these, keeping firefighters and citizens warm.
Just to get out of the cold, it's a bitter cold day. You can't last very long out there in the cold without seeking a shelter, and this vehicle provides that.
Bob Ring was among the several forced out into the cold who passed the time with Susie Q inside the SRU.
It's austere, but it's nice and safe and warm.
And in this case, 25 to 30 people now displaced as a result of this particular fire. They are getting help from the American Red Cross. By the way, fire officials tell me they do expect more fires and pipe issues to spike overnight as temperatures once again dip back near 20 degrees. Julie Martin, 11 Alive News.